What's your name?
Marie.
Marie. Okay, now I think you'll be brilliant at this. Come over here. All right. You're going to read someone's mind. It's 5p. Are you happy to do this? Okay, 5p, please. Thank you very much. You need someone's mind to read. Guy there with the hat? You two have never met before. You don't know each other. No. All right. I'm going to ask you to think of, do you have a password on your computer or something like that?
Yeah.
Are you happy for us to say what it is? You can always go and change it after. You haven't been asked to tell anybody what that is or anything like that, okay? Now I'm going to tell Marie how to do this. So I'm just going to ask you to sort of face the other way.
Yeah, sure.
Talk to these guys there. They're very chatty. All right. So you're going to stand. You didn't hear any of that, did you? No. Good. Now you have to take control here. So just put your fingers up there. Is it just? It's not just a mix of random letters and things. Is it actually a word? Okay, great. Okay, tell him what you want him to do. You want him to repeat it in his head over and over again.
Keep repeating the word in your head over and over.
Now really send it to her. Imagine that you can just transmit it to Marie here, all right? So in your mind, you're screaming it at her. What letters feel right?
B.
Okay. Does that make sense? Does it begin with a B, or is there a B in it that's a prominent letter? Yep. Okay, great. You're doing well. Keep going.
I. N. G. The bird.
What, have you got an image at all? A picture or anything? Yeah. He's grinning, so I think you're close to right.
Yeah. Singing.
Like a bird singing.
Yes.
Is that close? Are we close?
Songbird.
Is it something to do with the bird singing?
Yeah, that's the one. Yeah. Songbird.
Songbird?
Yeah.
That is your password, Songbird. Just straight out. Get away from that one.
I was just walking by and I was just asked to come on and met this guy. The word just came into my head and I just can't believe it's true. I can't believe that's the word.
I don't know how that's done. That's what I'm saying.
All I did was just stand there with my fingers on his temples and just somehow, just by staring at him, it just suddenly popped into my head.
I was just like saying songbird in my head, songbird, songbird. That's just baffling.
I just can't believe it. I'm just so shocked. Really, I'm shocked.
Here I am casually mixing with the locals and playing a game where they can win some money and I can look revoltingly clever. Have you got a wallet on you or a purse or some money?
Yes.
Can I just see? Don't show me how much money you got, but just show me what you keep your money in. Excellent. Have you got any loose change in you as well, or is everything in there?
Everything in there.
Everything's in there. All right, so here's the game. I'm going to try and tell how much money you've got in that wallet.
Yeah.
If I'm more than 50 pence out, you win £100. All right? 5 £20 notes. You don't have to put any money in it yourself, so you've got nothing to lose, apart from your dignity. So, let me ask you a few questions. You work here, obviously?
Yes.
Do you drive in? Do you walk in?
Catch a bus.
Okay, great. Do you go shopping on the way home?
Sometimes.
Okay, married? No.
No.
No. Are you in a rush to get to work in the morning?
Usually, yes.
Okay, all right. I'm going to write down an amount and put it in this envelope, all right? Don't look, because it'll spoil the surprise. Look at me. Okay. Okay, hang on to that for me. Great, thank you. Will you please count the amount of money you've got? Tell us how much you got.
I've got £30 in notes.
Yeah, keep going, there's some more.
35, 50, 70, 80, 90, 36.
36, yeah.
And 35 pence.
£36, 35p, and that.
My lucky stone.
All right. £36, 35p. Yep.
Yep.
Put the rest of the money back in the wallet.
Right.
I think I'm all right. First of all, it's very important that none of us had asked you how much money you had on you.
No.
The exact money was £36,
35 pence.
35 pence. Have a look. It says
£36, 31.
36, 31. 4 pence off, which leaves me safely within the 50 pence limit. Thank you very much indeed.
I can't believe that. I was a bit gutted because I thought he wasn't going to get it, to be honest with you. There's no way anybody could have known what was in my purse. No, I didn't even know what was in my purse, so yeah. I just can't believe he got it, to be honest with you. Can't believe it.
Evening.
All right.
Anybody up for a little bit of Mind reading? Yes. What's your name?
Christian.
Again?
Christian.
Christian. Come around here for me. Christian, nice to meet you, Christian. Okay, do this for me. Think of a tune. I want you to get a tune in your head. And I want you to make it a tune that's well known, that people would know about if they heard it. All right? I'm going to ask you to play it in your head, nothing out loud, but sort of whistle it or hum it to yourself. But just make sure it's a well-known one. It can be, you know, modern or old, doesn't matter, but just get something and just start. Don't sing it, just in your head, just silently. Okay, so now I know it's got words to it. So you see, everything you're saying is giving me clues. So try not to give me too many clues, but just get it in your head. Have you got something? Slow down a little bit, perhaps a little bit slower than it would normally play, and just start to run that through in your head, okay? So it's got words to it, we know that. So it could be like a nursery rhyme, or it could be a pop song, or it could... Okay, so it's a modern song then, all right? Just keep looking at me, and just play the song in your head over and over again. There's a slightly stringy feel to it. Would that be right? Yeah. I imagine if it's a pop song, it's probably like with maybe a guitar and strings mainly. It's not a big band sound, but it is a band. So it's a band song. It starts off na na like that. Yeah. Something ba da da ba. Is something like that? Keep looking at me. Right. Now just turn up the volume in your mind. Turn it up so you make it louder, louder and louder, so you can almost hear it for real. Is it the verb?
I believe it is Rich Ashcroft.
Is it
the verb? Yeah.
Is it the drugs don't work by the verb?
I know he's evil, and I know that he's pure. I could see in his eyes that I was simply a baby lamb to the wolf. I could tell that this was going to end badly for me, and it did.
I'm not evil. I just sometimes go to great lengths to make these things happen. Good. Let's rewind back through Christian's day before he went to the pub.
Well, if we could get back in, if we can.
I don't think so. No, I think she's that purely as a...
Is that like a
grunt work.
Well, they're actually quite useful because we did a few unloads and loads. And in the actual new office, it all piles in and sets out and sets out.
So that's one way of getting an idea into someone's head, and tonight's experiment is all about spreading an idea. Hello.
Hello there.
Hi guys. Actually, would you grab a little chocolate roll from the tray
From
there,
here,
and then,
certainly.
There are 5 there, so if you can take one each, and if somebody can just put the last one in their pocket, that would be great. And come and sit down any chair that you like. Any one of these 4.
Hello, how are you?
Steve, pleasure.
Hello.
Thank you. And Jeremy, nice to meet you. Have you got the last one that wasn't chosen? In your pocket, great. Keep that in there for the moment. Thank you very much. Well, look, thanks so much for coming out. Thanks for doing this. I want to show you these. There's 4 cards. There's something on the other side, but if you just mix them up for me, don't turn them over yet, and push them in the middle. If you can all just take one each, doesn't matter at the moment which one you take, but if you can just pull one towards you. On each card, there's a message, and I want you just to have a look and memorise now the message that you've got. Done that?
Yep.
Great, lovely, and I'll have those back. Thank you very much. Excellent. Do any of you believe in fate at any level?
Yes.
Genuinely?
I do, yeah.
Yeah?
I think things happen because they're meant to happen.
I believe in some fates, but no other.
I believe that we create our own destiny.
Oh, you've got to come up with a different belief system now.
No, genuinely.
I know,
I don't
trying to do
talk.
comical answers to it, but I think, I think I agree with Steve. I think you do. Your instinct often leads to exactly where you're meant to be.
You superstitious fools.
It's kind of about decisions, isn't it? And decisions that you make without sort of realising even that you're necessarily making decisions. And it's only in hindsight you go, I suppose if I hadn't walked that way or gone to that party or met that person. A bit like, for example, the chairs that you sat in. I sort of made a point of saying sit in any chair, and I presume you weren't thinking particularly about which chair you were going to sit in before you sat down. Or the choice of the cards that you picked, which again, I told you not really to think about it and just take them. And they all had a message on. What was the message? What was your message?
It was a colour. It said, "I will choose blue."
I will choose blue. Have you any idea what that refers to?
Blue's my favourite colour. I'm wearing a blue
shirt. You're wearing a blue
shirt.
shirt. Perfect.
The mini rolls are blue.
It actually doesn't refer to any of those things. It refers to a sheet of card that's underneath the cushion on your chair that you're sat on. And if you pull it out, you have to reach under the cushion.
Under the cushion.
Yeah. Da da da. A blue sheet of card. And what did yours say, Mark?
I will choose green.
Pull it out.
And the card.
And it out. Very good. Jeremy, just to see where this is going. Jeremy, yours said I will choose yellow. Yellow. That's right. Take it out, Phil. Which leaves you with the red. I believe. Wow. Excellent. So you see what I mean. And they're kind of decisions that aren't important, but you make them without thinking about it. And this is kind of an area that I find interesting. And it's also the good or bad consequences that you can avoid, or things that you never knew would have happened had you made different decisions. And this, for me, this goes back to, and this is why the chocolates actually do play a role. When I was about 10, I was in a supermarket queue with my mum, and she bought these, not these particular ones, but and I was petitioning her to open them and eat them before we'd paid for them, and she was getting a bit angry with me, a bit stressed, and in her annoyance sort of ushered the lady behind us to come through ahead of us in the queue because she only had, milk or something. And then we all paid for our stuff, and the woman went out, we went out. When we went out, there was a crowd that was gathered in the car park, and this woman who we'd allowed ahead of us had been hit by a car, and she was laying on the car park. And so at the age of 10, I'm then going home thinking, God, if I hadn't have wanted to tuck into those mini rolls, my mum wouldn't have let that woman go ahead, and would it have been my mum that got hit by the car? And you start to kind of do those things in your head. Hence the mini rolls. Would you, and carefully, if you don't mind, would you just open them and try not to break or touch the chocolate, and just sort of put them on the plates. Thank you. Lovely, thank you. And again, did you think about which ones you took? There were 5 altogether, weren't there? So you've got, Jeremy, the last one in your pocket. But otherwise than that, you just sort of grabbed. You just grab
random.
And you presume that they are indeed mini rolls.
They look like mini rolls.
They do, don't they?
It could be razor blades.
Could be, yeah. Why don't you just take a bite out of them? Go on. Nice big bite.
Nothing wrong with them.
Take a bite?
Nice.
Jeremy, you just take a larger bite.
There's a fish hook inside.
Oh.
Oh!
What's that? What is that in there?
What? There's something in there.
No, it's just sponge and cream.
Just the way he was eating it, he made it look like it was...
Jeremy.
Hey!
Look at this mess.
Yeah. No, that's fine. That's great. No, that's what I was hoping for. Excellent. So the last one, there was one left. You put one in your pocket, didn't you? You pull that out. Now look, you need to really carefully, Jeremy, just undo that, and just so we don't confuse them. Just pass me your plates. Get that out of the way. Okay. Okay, just on there. All right.
Why me?
So look, before you do this, and do be careful, but you did just take any one.
Yes.
I would suggest you just take hold of the edges of it and just...
Which way? Towards you?
Yeah, either way, really. Just do be careful.
It's a gas.
And again, I'd go a little bit further. Careful.
Look.
Oh, Jesus.
Dirty.
Just,
Get out with those.
It is a razor blade, is it?
It is.
Jesus.
Send it back. That
Wow.
There it is, look.
Oh
yeah, that's what I was hoping it would be the one you didn't. Thank you for coming on.
Thank
Take
you.
your pardon there, a pleasure. And
For
Mark,
saving
thank
our
you so much.
lives.
Thank you. And Reece.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks very much.
That was literally just pick any one, wasn't it?
It was. There was no compulsion. There's no shenanigans.
No, totally random. We walked in a random order, chose random chocolates, sat down in random chairs, so...
And also, you'd have ended up with 2 and you just picked...
One. I could have changed my mind at the last minute.
And all sealed up and then within it.
That's the thing, how do you get it in there?
Well, it's
How do you get it in there?
Don't know.
I mean, and what? It's slightly irresponsible.
Derren Brown Bakery. I knew it.
I'm going to try and tell you how much money you've got on you. I'll get within 50p of it, or if I don't, you win £100. Okay? Excellent. All right. So let me ask you a few questions. How did you get here today?
Bicycle.
By bicycle. All right. Okay. Okay. If you went out for a meal, how much would you spend roughly per head?
30 quid.
30 quid. All right. Reasonable. All right. Great. And do you drive?
No.
No. Okay. All right. Okay. I'll try and get as close as I can. So within 50p, or you win 100 quid. Don't look. I'll scribble something down there. Okay, you hold on to that for me. Will you count your money? Take your time.
£3.
So what's that?
31.
331. What you got in there? Just 10. So it's £13.31. I said I'd get within 50p. Have a look. It's actually
£13.31.
it's spot on. I'm quite proud of that one. Well done, mate. Cheers. Thank you very much indeed. Thank you very much.
Oh my gosh. Inside my head now is chaos. It's obliterated. I can't see how he has done it. I'm gobsmacked.
We all get stuck in our belief systems, however sensible we think they are. To me, the New Age community is particularly guilty of not testing or challenging what it claims. And it was with this in mind that I invited a young woman to Epping Forest.
Just here?
Yeah. This is really nice here, isn't it?
Lovely.
Can I talk to you a bit about what your beliefs are in terms of spirituality? With something like Reiki or psychic healing or crystal healing, if you don't think it's just a question of you sort of buy into it and believe in it and then it sort of works because you're expecting to, if you think it genuinely is more than that, how do you sort of grasp that?
I've experienced crystal healing. I've experienced Reiki, which is using universal energy, which probably a lot of people would be very skeptical to believe in, and you know, but I'm basing my beliefs in facts, you know, and things that I have seen, how they've created a progress in my life or how things have shifted. I've seen this the results, you know.
Mm-hmm. There is something I'd like to try with you, and this is why I got you here specifically to talk about belief. And it uses an area of belief that, I don't know, maybe is less fashionable than some of the beliefs that have been adopted in our culture now as mainstream religion seems to be dying out. Would you stand up for me for a second?
Sure.
And just come around there, and just like that, just there for me. That's great. And take your hand, and just rest that there. Excellent. That's great. You can just stay like that for a while I'll show you what this is. I'm going to show you something involving this, which is a doll. But the thing about this doll is that it doesn't, as it is, it doesn't have a soul. So we need to give it a soul for this to work. And that's what I'm going to do now by taking this. You happy if I use your ring for a second? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Excellent. Just allow that to sort of go floppy down there. That's great. Thank you. And the ring goes into the center here. And this makes it a soul for the doll. Just like that. Now it has a soul, and your soul, if you like. Stay there for a second for me. See, I just think it's interesting, for me, that we tend to believe what makes us feel good. If we decide that something is nice or makes us feel nice, that we decide that it's true. Which, you know, you could argue devalues the idea of truth. terribly. Can you feel anything at the moment? What are you aware of?
My legs feel really heavy.
Can you move them? Can you move your feet? No?
I'm trying.
Yeah, it's interesting, you see? You can't move them. You can move your arms, yes?
Yeah.
Just flap your arms a bit for me, just do that, thank you. Just so you can see you can move them for a moment. And then watch. What happens now? Can you move your arms?
No.
You trying?
Yeah.
Okay, now look at me. This will be perfectly comfortable, all right? There's nothing unpleasant about this, perfectly comfortable. I want you to count. Just try and count all the way backwards from 10 to 0 for me, out loud.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2.
Let that close. Can you talk? See, for me, it's all about questioning, I think, and not taking things at face value. Like at the moment you can't speak, but the only reason why you can't speak is that you believe that you can't speak because of what I'm telling you. And the interesting thing is that if I tell you you can speak, all that does is gives you permission to question that belief, and then you find that you can speak. Can't you? Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah. Because what we believe isn't necessarily real at any level. I mean, this certainly isn't, it's not even a real voodoo doll. You know, and even the real voodoo dolls were used for healing, not for putting curses on people. But what I did, I got you to invest in that belief, and one of the ways I got you to do that was by investing something of yourself in it, like your ring. Whereas in fact, there's nothing in there. There is no ring in there. I didn't put your ring in there. You know, your ring's still on your hand. Yeah?
How did that happen?
You alright?
I did see him taking the ring and putting it into the doll. I can't explain it. He asked me to start counting and I just couldn't open. I couldn't communicate. I just felt my feet and my legs become very, very heavy. As if they would just blend in with the ground, basically. It was a really bizarre feeling. When I actually looked down and I saw my ring on my finger, I could not believe it. And I still can't believe it right now. I don't know how that's happened. I feel really weird right now, actually. And I don't know if I'm going to be able to sleep tonight.
In America's New York, I use my award-winning powers to plant a word in the slightly smaller American brain without anybody knowing how. Guys, you free for a couple of minutes? Do you want to come and do this?
Sure.
It's a kind of a mind-reading sort of experiment. I need you to call somebody that you know.
Okay.
All right? Does your cell phone have a speakerphone? It does? Excellent. Good. Do you want to get someone on? Is there someone you can call you think will be in? Right. What's this person's name?
Joe.
Okay. Well, if Joe isn't in, we can try someone else. Is that on speaker at the moment? Yeah. Right, cool. Actually, if you want to hold it, if you hold it in your hand like that, then we'll both be able to hear it, and the mic will be able to pick it up too.
Joe?
Yeah?
Okay, just stay on the line and talk to me, okay?
Alright.
Hi, Joe. My name's Derren Brown. I'm a kind of English psychological illusionist, if that makes any sense. And I want to try a kind of a mind-reading experiment with you, all right?
All right.
I need to ask you a few questions, Joe. I need to know a few things about you. Please be honest. How old are you, Joe?
I'm 18.
18, fantastic. And are you a student? Do you work, or...?
I'm a student.
What do you study? Are you at school, or what do you major in?
I actually go to culinary school.
Culinary school, thank you, that's really interesting. Great. All right, listen, so I'm going to write something down here. I'm not going to show Jessica or any of these guys what it is. I'm going to ask you to be doing 3 things in a moment, all right? Joe, let me just explain. You're going to be writing a word in your mind on like a big chalkboard. You're going to be saying the words yourself over and over again, and then you're also going to try and do the whole thing without really thinking about it, right? So that's 3 different kind of cogs that are going to be going round in your mind at the same time, all right? But let me just write something here first. Okay. Okay, cool. Joe, I need you to imagine that you are, 6 years old back in elementary school, all right? And imagine you're picking up a piece of chalk.
Okay.
Then you're going to start writing a word very large and clear on this chalkboard, and then just tell me when you're done.
All right, I'm done.
You're happy that was a free choice of word, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
See, I've written something here, and you won't be able to see what I've written, but hopefully you'll be able to tell by Jessica's reaction as to whether it's at all close. What was the word that you wrote?
Bicycle.
Bicycle.
Yeah.
Not bad!
You wrote tricycle, yeah?
I was 1 wheel out, tricycle. Thank you, Joe. Thanks for your help. Thank you very much. Cool.
Thanks, Joe.
I thought he was going to be completely wrong and it'd be like a complete sham, but then like you got tricycle. I'm pretty amazed, actually.
I think he's psychic. Like, there's no other explanation for it, because how else would he do it?
David's now going to act out the mind reading he imagined 20 minutes ago to see if a random member of the public will draw what he foresaw that they would.
What sort of person should I be looking for?
Entirely up to you.
I have a blank canvas.
A blank canvas?
Let's do it. Maybe down here?
Yes.
No.
No?
I'm not feeling a psychic bond.
Okay.
There's someone. We're not rolling. Are we rolling? Excuse me. You don't have 5 minutes to let me try and read your mind, do you?
I'd love you to.
Would you? Yeah. Brilliant. I found someone. What's your name?
Claire.
Claire, I'm David. It's lovely to meet you. This is Derren.
Hello, I'm Derren.
He's a sort of witch. Don't worry about that.
Excellent.
Come up here and we'll put a microphone on you and we'll do
David's
that.
going to read your mind. I'm going to stand you there facing David,
okay,
and David there facing Claire.
Yeah, good.
Now this is very simple. I've been teaching David some of my mind reading skills, and he is in a moment going to read your mind as you focus on a picture or an image or something. Now, I need you to start doing that now. All I'd say is, as you do it, make the image very clear, very bright, very vivid. Try not to change it and mess it around. If you happen to be thinking of like a house or a stick man, change it, think of something else. Now I'm going to ask you to draw this before we do anything. David, you obviously must look at what Claire draws.
No,
Just get a pen and paper. Nice and large and clear, please. David, look the other way. And you also, as you can't tell from the sound of the pen or anything.
I can't hear anything.
You can't even hear anything then. I can, I've got quite good at this. But I've no idea.
Okay, I've got
Done.
it.
Just hold the whole thing up against yourself. Right, can David turn back round now? Lovely. Oh, well, you don't do dirty fingers. Lovely.
Okay.
Okay, all right, here we go. So, Claire, you're focusing on the image. Now start sending that picture across, and at the same time, in your mind, just scream the name of the thing over and over again. Make that image, Claire, really big and bold and bright. Now, David, as you're doing this, are you getting a sense of animal, vegetable, or mineral?
I think it's living. I think it's a living thing.
All right. Now, don't say yes or no, but you've given away probably a nice yes then from that.
And I think it's a furry animal, like a pet, and it's I think I know what it is. I think it's a cat.
No, is it? Can it?
Yeah, it is.
Hello?
This is the worst drawing ever, but it definitely is a cat.
That's really good. Well done.
Really good. It's appalling. I'm supposed to be an art student.
It's not. Claire's a fine arts student.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. What year? Congratulations. I'm going to ask you a few questions about it, so just stay put for a second.
Okay.
Well done, though. Congratulations. Let's step out.
I can't understand possibly at all how he would have been able to grab that from me. Well, it was pretty strange when he said that he thought it was something furry. It was quite difficult for me not to laugh, actually, just because I couldn't believe that he'd actually got it.
So this is Claire's drawing, which is quite freaky. Well, I'm just going to show you, because I'm really quite freaked out by this. There's not much to choose between them, really. It's the tail's going the same way, even the sort of slightly devilish, the devil horn ears, which as I drew them, I was thinking, they don't look much like cat ears, but she's done exactly the same thing. But I wasn't expecting it to be quite so bang on.